2 News at Noon begins now.
Well, here's the view outside at the noon hour on our Thursday, but by tomorrow and into the weekend, we could be talking snow in the mountains and in the valleys. We'll be having more details along with info on a new winter storm watch coming up.
A whistleblower complaint captured the attention of America and lawmakers. Today, the nation's top intelligence leader testified on Capitol Hill. What it could mean for impeachment proceedings against the president is up ahead. Well, thank you so much for being with us here on KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Jen York. Laura Papetti is off today. We are tracking breaking news. A winter storm watch is going into effect tomorrow, warning about the potential to see snow. This is all part in a shift of a weather pattern today. Evan Arani is tracking how much September snow that we could see. I'm glad you put the emphasis on that, Jen. September snow is what we're talking about, and the first winter storm watch of the season takes effect tomorrow. So this is, of course, ahead of all this weekend snow that we're talking about. Now, how much snow is the question? Right now, we're getting more numbers in that really show a significant amount toward the mountains. That means mountain passes and mountain ski resorts are expecting several inches of snow, upwards of 2 inches on Friday and more over Saturday and Sunday. Valleys, however, snow is possible but not likely. Any snow that does fall probably won't accumulate. Ground temperatures are far too warm for any snow to really accumulate in places like the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro areas. So you could see why that winter storm watch does not incorporate downtown Spokane or the Coeur d'Alene area. What we do see is that winter storm watch is in effect for portions of the eastern slopes of the Cascades and the northeast corner of Washington along with North Idaho. Right now, plenty of showers coming down at the noon hour. We're seeing them mainly south of I-90 and along the North Idaho Panhandle. The next several hours, we'll see a high of 69 degrees, but coming up, we'll talk about the potential for those temperatures to drop by 25 degrees by the weekend. Jen.
My call was perfect. The president yesterday of Ukraine said there was no pressure put on him whatsoever, none whatsoever. And he said it loud and clear for the press.
Well, President Trump is heading back to the White House after a tumultuous week at the United Nations General Assembly. The president called today's whistleblower testimony a total witch hunt. House Democrats, though, are moving forward with an impeachment inquiry into the president. Meanwhile, President Trump's acting director of national intelligence is testifying on Capitol Hill. Natalie Brand reports he is answering questions about a whistleblower complaint released today to the public.
The acting director of national intelligence, Joseph McGuire, told House lawmakers he initially withheld the whistleblower complaint from Congress because many allegations in it were based on conversations President Trump had with a foreign leader.
Such calls are typically subject to executive privilege, a privilege that I do not have the authority to waive.
The report, written by a still unknown government employee, was released to the public today. The author alleges President Trump used the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 U.S. election, in part based on a phone call with Ukraine's leader, where he urged him to investigate Joe Biden and his son.
Our president sacrificed our national security and our Constitution for his personal political benefit.
This appears to be the first intelligence community whistleblower complaint that has ever been withheld from Congress. Is that right, sir?
Congressman Carson, I believe that it might be. And once again, I said in my statement, it is, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, unprecedented.
House Democrats launched an official impeachment inquiry this week following the revelations about Ukraine, a process that could take weeks or months.
Republicans are accusing Democrats of grandstanding and creating a fake story.
The complaint relied on hearsay evidence provided by the whistleblower. The Inspector General found the whistleblower displayed arguable political bias against Trump.
President Trump calls any talks of impeachment a witch hunt.
That was Natalie Brand reporting. A 12th candidate qualified for next month's Democratic presidential debate. That means the next debate may be a 2-night event. To earn a spot, candidates need at least 2% support in 4 or more recognized polls. They also need donations from 130,000 unique donors, and at least 400 of those donors have to be in at least 20 states. Candidates have until next Tuesday to qualify. The debate itself takes place October 15th. Kamala Harris will be in Seattle tomorrow. The Seattle Times reports the Democratic presidential candidate is scheduled to attend 2 fundraisers. And then on Sunday, Jill Biden will be in Seattle. She is set to attend a fundraiser for her husband, former Vice President and presidential candidate Joe Biden. Democratic presidential candidate Amy Klobuchar will also visit Seattle. The Seattle Times reports the Minnesota senator will co-host a fundraiser on Monday. The presidential hopeful will meet with leaders of Microsoft and Zoomies. While closer to home, KREM 2 is hosting a debate between Ben Stuckert and Nadine Woodward. Both are running for Spokane mayor. And this is your time to speak out and connect with the candidates. We want to hear from you. If you have a question for them, take a selfie video and send it to us. You can share it on social media using the hashtag KREMDebate. You can also email it to the address listed there on your screen. Now, the debate is coming up next Friday, October 4th at 7 p.m. 12:06 now. Today, a former University of Idaho professor is facing drug charges. Denise Bennett is accused, she's also facing burglary charges out of Nez Perce County. University leaders recently fired her for verbally assaulting a staff member. Officers arrested her last week after police say she broke into a trailer and stole a phone. Investigators say they later found her at a hotel and found meth in the room. Bennett pleaded not guilty to the charges. A Spokane family says a crook ripped off their 10-year-old daughter. They say she sold her Xbox Tuesday on Facebook. They say the buyer slipped her a fake $50 bill. Her parents are now warning others to be aware of phony bills. Spokane police say sellers should consider using PayPal instead of cash. The Spokane-County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help identifying an assault suspect. It happened last Friday at the petrol station just off I-90 on West Arrow Road. Deputies say someone may have stolen a truck at the same time. If you recognize the man on your screen, you're asked to call the number there you see at the bottom of your screen. It's 12:07 now. Well, they may make you scream, hide, or possibly itch, but a Spokane woman sees them as art. We will introduce you to the woman creating spider taxidermy.